If you are getting ready to welcome a new baby into your life, this is the video you need to watch. What we're going to be doing today is going through an Amazon baby registry and learning about the products, the pros, the cons, what you should get and what you should skip. All right, first item is a baby swing. It's just under $100. I am actually anti-swing. I prefer a bouncer seat if you're going to buy a seat, but honestly, right here, blanket on the floor all day, every day. So for me, a swing is actually a no-go. Then we have a wrap carrier for the price. I love it. So wrap carriers are usually pretty affordable. They're very small. Like if you roll them up tight, they can fit in a diaper bag. They can fit easily in your home. And it's just not a bulky item to store. So typically I like a baby wrap. Then we have a little activity mat. Now, instead of having all the, gizmos and all the hanging stuff, this is beautiful to me. Put a couple toys down and call it a day. Okay, we're getting into clothing. So this is a baby registry for baby girl. They've got these little outfits. They're referred to as like kimonos when they go across. It's easier with their heads. If you have a baby with a large head, these are nice to have. So they went with long sleeve. The middle ones are 0 to 3 month, and then these ones are 3 to 6 month. Great idea on separating those out a little bit. And yes, these are pink, but they're also not overly busy. They would go nice with those simple little pants. Yeah, they're kind of basic in their own way. So I like those. This 6-piece on hats, I don't love them. I don't love this style personally, but that's my choice. 6 of them for $12, that's a really good deal. But do you need 6 hats in the exact same sets? I feel like this light pink one could do the job, or just a nice gray one. Certain items you don't need a zillion of. Clothing? Yeah. Hats? No. Accessories, you don't need as many of them. Next, we have a hooded towel here. Now, I like that it's gender neutral, but I don't like that it's 30 by 30 inches. That is a little small. They will outgrow that faster than you think. Okay, so go as big as you can find. Next, we have an Angel Care bath support. These are only $20. We did have this one, and it was fine. No matter what you go with, it is challenging to bathe a baby, especially a newborn that's very, weak and kind of floppy in a sense. So whatever method you go with, just keep them safe and do your absolute best to get through that newborn phase. Next, we have this Frida Baby Control Flow Bath Rinse Cup. This is just a $9 cup, basically. It's got a soft edge on it, but don't hit your baby in the head. We use a plastic cup, dump it on them. You don't need to buy something like this. Next, we have a couple bath toys. Make sure that water can't get inside them because then it can grow mold. Honestly, the fewer the better on toys. Don't get too many toys. What I would prefer to do almost is just throw a couple kitchen items in there. Throw a couple cups in there. And then when you're done with them, throw them in the dishwasher, trash them, whatever. This is very affordable at $6, but don't be spending 20, 30, 50 bucks on bath toys. It's not that important. Next, we have the bath kneeler and the elbow rest. We only got a kneeler one. We did not get an elbow rest. I will say this is not a bad product. When it comes to products, how often are you using them? How much joy or comfort do they bring you? And how long will you use them? So you bathe your baby frequently, weekly, daily, frequently. But then how long are you going to bathe them? You're going to help your kid until they're 4 or 5 years old. At least watching them, making sure they're bathing themselves correctly. It's a process, okay? So time-wise, and if you have multiple children, you could get 10 years out of this product. And it's under $40. For those reasons, it's worth it. Your knees will thank you. I think it's a worthwhile product, okay? And I am somebody that's very minimalistic when it comes to baby gears. So take my word for it. It's worth it. Moving along to diapering. So we got wipes in this box, and then we got size 1s here and size 2 here. I love the thinking ahead. We got some Aquaphor. We got a diaper caddy. It's a very simple diaper caddy. I like it. They're not the most strong and sturdy, but they do the job. Ours is very similar to this. Next, we have a diaper rash sprayer. So instead of using the lotion with the spatula thing, you can spray their bum. I don't know if it's necessary. It's a little bit nifty. I will give you that. Obviously, we hope baby doesn't get a rash and we want to try to prevent that in the first place, but teach their own. I've actually never seen this. It's a new one for me. So very interesting. All right, we have a bottle warmer. I typically say no on the bottle warmer. I was a breastfeeding mama, so I can't really judge too much. So yeah, up to you, I guess. Next, we have a $200 wood high chair. So this is nice. This is beautiful. For me, I prefer the booster seat that sits at the table with us. I want our child to be a part of the meal with us. So that's my preference. And I also feel like it takes up less room in the kitchen because that's a whole nother thing versus a booster seat is sitting in an already existing chair. Okay, so pros and cons with anything. This is a package of burp cloths. I would not get the pink. I would just get plain white or gray. No need for pink. Okay, what if your next baby's a boy and you want to use these and then you feel bad because they're pink? Don't get the pink. All right, the Mom Cozy baby monitor. So it looks really similar to ours. We have the Vava, but our camera looks very similar. You want the screen. I actually recommend if you're going to have kids close together or multiple kids is your plan at least, go ahead and get 2 cameras. Because later when you go back to get another camera, the product could be discontinued or something like that. So go ahead and get 2 cameras. If you can find a monitor where it's a split screen and you can see both cameras, that way that later when you have 1 camera in each room, you can see each child at the same time. That is the best of both worlds. So look for a monitor that can do that. All right, pacifiers. We're a passy family, so no judgment there. Next, a bath thermometer. I think that's absolutely silly. Put your hand in the water. Save yourself or your friends $15. Next, we've got a thermometer, and then this one is a nasal aspirator. Those kind of things are nice to have in the house. I wouldn't get the nasal aspirator, but thermometer is a good idea. Then we've got a brush set. I think we have this set or something very, very similar. The baby brush, once they're past the newborn phase, doesn't actually do too much. Like my older children cannot use this brush. Like the bristles are too soft. So I would maybe not get this. It depends on your baby's hair though, and how much they're born with and how quickly it grows. Next, we have a 3-pack of pacifiers. That's a great price, and they're very simple and minimalistic. I don't know that I love the look of them, but if it's what your baby takes, that's all you need. Then we have a Milestone blanket. I don't love how neutral this is. I wish it was a little brighter. You're gonna have a lot of pictures with this, and it just looks a little bland to me. And I also wouldn't love the poo theme. I'm not big on the themes unless it's something very neutral. So yeah, not my taste, but if it's their taste, that's okay. This is their baby registry, not mine. This next item is a 2-pack of bassinet sheets. We haven't seen the bassinet, but 2-pack of sheets. Sheets are good. Then we have a 3-pack of swaddles for about $26. That's not too bad. I like that they're green and neutral. Multiple children can use them. And that takes us on to the next idol, this Love to Dream Swaddle Up. Love that it's gray. It's perfect in that it can be used over and over again, passed down, and you're not having to worry about the color. Then the Dreamland Baby Sound Machine and Nightlight. Okay, so when it comes to nightlights and sound machines, what I recommend is you have an app on your phone that can connect to it, okay? So we have the Hatch. We love it. You can program things in, put it on a schedule. Like for us, the light turns red and the white noise comes on at 8 p.m. every night for both our children's bedrooms, okay? They each have one. We love it. Okay, we can adjust it as needed. If they need to sleep in a little later or we have an appointment, we need to get up a little earlier, we can adjust it. And it's essentially an alarm clock for baby and it helps them stay on track. Okay, so we absolutely love it. I can link the Hatch in the description. This is a cheaper version. My question would be, can you do it from the phone? Because that for me is very important. Next is the bassinet. So this is $100 for a bassinet. Now, okay, I have different philosophies on this. I'm a skip the bassinet person. Now, some people want it. They want that bassinet in their room and that's the way they want to do it. I started out baby in the crib from day one and I slept in the room with them on the guest bed. This way my husband could sleep. I breastfed, so I did the night times. He would help in the late evening and the early morning, but the middle chunk was all me and I was on my own. We saved the money on the bassinet sheets, on the bassinet mattress, mattress protector, all that. And if you think about it, say the bassinet cost $100 and just say the crib cost like $300. We'll just say that. So you're spending $400, but you're getting the same amount of time, say 3 years out of it. Versus me, I did just the crib for that, say $300 and still got 3 years out of it. So in a way, I got more use out of the crib and it made it more worth the money. Okay, so I think of time used and cost. Bassinets, you don't get that long out of them. Okay, so for me, it was sleeping on the guest bed with baby in their room. We were okay with sleeping separate for that phase of life and that was okay with us. So anyway, up to you in what you do. Try to go affordable on the bassinet though, because it is a short-lived season. Next is a mattress for the traditional crib. Okay, I believe this is full size. Usually they have 2 sides. One is a little bit more firm, one is a little more soft. Okay, you want the firm, I believe, for the newborn phase so that they're as safe as possible. And then as they get older, have that head strength, arm strength, you can go a little softer. Next, we have a manual hand pump. So this thing does not get plugged in. You have to manually squeeze it to pump it yourself. But this is great when you're in a tricky situation. If you're on an airplane, if you're traveling in a car, if you're just out with your girlfriends for a night out, you could throw this in your purse, relieve yourself a little bit. Handy dandy. Obviously, a electric pump for daily use and constant daily use is more practical, but this can come in handy for $20. It could save you in some different situations. Then we have 2 breast pillows. So they might still be deciding between these. I would get this one if I was going to get one. I feel like it's more firm. It's got the pockets, which are nice, and it straps onto you. This one, I just feel doesn't do as much as you want it to do. It's it elevates baby, but it's also kind of floppy. Okay, so if I was going to get one, I would get them my best friend, but I actually nursed my babies each for over a year without a nursing pillow. They grow up, they get stronger, and when you're at a restaurant, you don't have your nursing pillow, you figure it out. Okay, you learn how to live without one. Okay, so you may have heard of the Haka. Well, this is the same brand, and this is the Ladybug. It is essentially like a catcher. The Haka uses a little more like suction. This one, I believe, is just more like a drip collector. So that is a way to get some easy ounces, as I like to call them. Moving on to this next one is a pump. So this is a wearable pump. You charge it up. You can put it in your bra. You don't have any cords, I believe. So it's hands-free wearable pump. Yeah, I don't think any cords are on there. And that's honestly a pretty good price. So if you're going to pump, and if you want to pump long-term, like say you're going back to work and you're going to be pumping all the time, get a nice pump. Now me, I was with my babies. I breastfed. I didn't need a nice pump. I got one free with insurance. It was good enough, and I barely ever used it because I kept baby with me. Everyone's lifestyle dictates what they need. Next, if you're pumping, you're going to need places to store that milk. So here are some milk baggies. Then we got a car seat. So they could use this one for an infant, or they could use it for an older child. It might be the only car seat they have. We will see. Then we've got a stroller fan. I think these are great. They can clip onto the stroller or car seat. In the future, you can use them on a lawn chair. Like, nothing about this screams baby to me. So it's a keep item. Moving on to toys and books. So I like this ring stacker. A newborn can play with this, but also an older child can learn how to stack it. I like toys that have a little more like purpose to them, even for a newborn. Then we got some tummy time books. These might be the boards that lay out. A little expensive for me, honestly, but educating your child is completely up to you. And if that's where you want to put your money, that is totally respectable. Then we got some teethers. I would not get the tan and pink. This comes in a tan and like mint green. I would do that, a little more gender neutral. Okay, little decor for the bedroom. So you are so loved. That's sweet. Really good price. If all these are with that for that price, not bad. And then we got a hamper. A lot of people forget the hamper. I like a hamper. So good call on that. Again, I would go gender neutral, but if you're having a girl and you want the room to look girly, it is okay to get girl items. Next, for mom, we got some nursing bras. I do recommend getting some if you intend to breastfeed, pumping, or nursing, however you're doing it. 5's a good number. Do the laundry often and you'll survive. I managed with really, really few maternity and breastfeeding items, and I did that laundry all the time. All right, then we got like a 3-piece mom set. So this is nursing friendly and just, cozy little pair of jammies. So it's nice to treat mom. It's up to you how many mom items you want to put on your baby registry. I typically don't do too many, but a few is not bad. Okay, this next item says bed pad. So it's almost like a mattress cover, but it looks big. So I'm not sure what their thoughts are on that. If it's for when they grow up a little bit, if it's for the crib, not exactly sure, but it is good to protect your mattress. Then we have some shelves. Okay, shelves are good for, toys, books, that sort of jam. Again, I don't mind a little bit of decor, just don't go too crazy and get a little too greedy. Next, some pacifier clips. I would go more neutral than these. I would get plain gray. Then it doesn't ruin their outfit. This isn't going to match everything you have. So go super neutral on accessories like pacifier clips. Okay, so this next item is a changing pad. Sometimes the diaper bag will come with one of these. So here's the diaper bag. I do not see one with it. So that might be why they got that changing pad separate. That's okay. Diaper bag looks cute. I like the backpack style personally. They just make sense once you have 2 kids and your hands are full. And then they're getting a recliner for the baby room. So that's $350, a little bit steep. Do you think you'll keep this in their room long term? Do you have space for it? Because, you could keep this in their room and when they're 5, you still read them books in the chair. Okay, so up to you. We didn't get any sort of rockers. We just did without. Next, we got the 3-in-1. This is a nail, nose, ear. It's just a picker. Again, I usually use my fingernail if I need to pick something out of my baby. You don't need a tool for everything. Next, we have a bottle sterilizer. So $70 is actually a pretty good price. However, I probably wouldn't get one. I would probably just hand wash the bottles and call it a day. I breastfed though primarily, so it wasn't really an issue for me. Next, we got a $10 bow and accessory holder. If you're going to have a girl, this actually isn't a bad buy because you will get a lot of stuff for the hair care. Yeah, it will definitely accumulate over time. I would actually even recommend if one of these hooks, you could put a little basket on it maybe and put hairbrushes in it, or if the hairbrush has a hole where you can hook it on, that would be really nice, or tie a ribbon on it. Put all the hair care there if possible, so it's all in one. Next, we got the Frida Baby Medicine Pacifier. We did without. We just shot the syringe right in their mouth, and they did okay with it. It is what it is on what you want to get. Next, we have a baby book. I do baby books for my girls. I know some people don't do them anymore, but to me, I'd rather do it and they don't care later than not do it and then miss out on those memories.
I'm currently working on ours and enjoying it. It's a lot of work, but it is, in my opinion, worth it. Next, we have a bottle drying rack. So I wonder if that washer said it was a dryer. It says sterilizer. Some of them are dryers, which would help, and I would not get this. I would just dry stuff on a towel, but that's just me. I like to be a little more minimal and like not have the clutter sitting out. Then we got some baby proofing. That's great. Totally up to you. More baby proofing. We're getting into safety a little bit. Now, this is a choking rescue device. So it's kind of like a suction, and you put it on their mouth if they're choking, you pull the plunger, and it just like sucks whatever is in their throat out. I've seen a video where this like saved a baby's life, and it's not a bad item to have, okay? Consider getting one for your home and one for your car for when you're at a restaurant or grandma's house or somewhere else. And yeah, it's up to you. That's the safety, and that's up to you and your priorities and your budget. But if you want to, this item will be linked in the description. Go check it out and see if it's something that you want to add to your home. Next, we have the Frida Baby Saline Mist Spray. Why are you getting this? Who told you needed this? You don't have to have it. Next, we got a collapsible like wash tub. Again, why do you need this? Do you not have mixing bowls? Like, just use one of those. It'll be all right. Then we have a baby spoon set. Again, you could just get a normal spoon. I know these are like the feeder ones, but you don't have to have them. Just because they keep making up new baby items does not mean we have to have them. Next, a couple lights. So we use the Hatch light. It's programmable. It can do the sound. It can do the light. It gets our babies on a schedule with our help, and we love them. So I'll link the Hatch, and I just strongly recommend that instead of this. All right, next we have a baby changing pad. So what we did was we had a guest bed in our child's room, put a quilt down, and I put like the diaper caddy there and changed them there. So we didn't like use a low dresser and put this on that. I didn't have to worry about baby falling as much because they were on the bed. It was a larger space, and obviously I didn't let them fall off the edge, but there was more room to work with. This is a small little area, they're going fast. I had a whole bed to work with. That was how we did it, and I really like doing it that way. I would do it that way again. Then we got a couple of pacifier holders. So these can go on the outside of the diaper bag. It's fine. It's up to you on that, whatever you want to do. Then an air purifier if you're concerned about baby's health and safety. Again, completely up to you. Should you maybe have had this before you had a baby though? If you feel like the air needs to be purified, what about you? When it comes to baby, a lot of times I say what you need, they need. So like, I don't believe in getting Dreft laundry detergent. Whatever you use should be safe for them. And if it's not safe for them, why are you using it? And also, they're going to touch your clothing. Same kind of goes with the air purifier. If your house didn't have good enough air before baby, what are you doing breathing it? So just my thoughts and my opinion there. This is the baby nail trimmer. So this is an electric nail file. For $10, not a bad deal. We didn't use one of these. We just used clippers and we managed just fine. Next, we got gripe water and gas drops. So this is for if baby's tummy is fussy. These can kind of help relieve that. And that's up to you on what you put in your baby and what you choose to use. Then this one is a bath seat. It's like the sponge one. You can put it in the sink and it's really cushiony and soft, and you can kind of move baby around maybe a little easier than like on a hard plastic. These seem really nice, but I have heard like drying them out is kind of nasty. They can grow mold. So I would use this for a baby once they're big enough to maybe like sit in the tub a little better or use something like a different bath holder. I would use that, and I would probably trash this. This isn't something I would keep for the next baby because of that mold concern. And then here we got a couple of bottle brushes. I think bottle brushes are great. I would just get 2 that are simple. Use one for X amount of months, pitch it, move on to the next one. They're great for bottles, and then they're also good for sippy cups. Not a bad item to have. And we are coming to the end. So overall, I feel like I liked a lot of these products, and if you like them too, links will be in the description, so go check those out. If you want to see more baby registries that have completely different products, check out my channel. There's more on there. Find a longer one, a shorter one, and then look at some of the titles, and they can help gear you in the right direction. So check those out. Subscribe so you don't lose my channel, and you can check out more before your baby shower, but even after. What did you get at your baby shower, and what are you still missing? What items do you need to add before baby comes?